July 29th, Santa Maria, California, Radisson Square Garden. This Friday night, Vendettaversary VII, steel cage match. War Games rules, Team Vendetta Pro, myself, Richie Slade, Caden Anthony, with Lady Vane versus Team Cen-Cal, Sledge, JD Horror, Tsunami, with Jimmy Ray, and Discord. Oh, wait. Discord pulled itself out of the match. Go figure. Congrats, guys. I saw you guys' promos. Decided to get a little personal. And you obviously seen our promo. Cen-Cal serial killers. We were all together, having a good time. We said, hey, let's cut a promo. That's what we did. Because guess what? We were able to all get together. Obviously, you guys can't even get together to cut a promo. But who doesn't like Frosted Flakes, am I right? But let's get a little personal. JD Horror, out of all you guys, I'd like you to best, I guess. Because, you know, your goal wasn't to make it a WWE, TNA, etc. Your goal was to be a hardcore wrestler. And if it wasn't for Vendetta Pro Wrestling, you wouldn't have been able to achieve that goal. And Jimmy Ray and Discord. If it wasn't for Vendetta Pro Wrestling, Kayfabe College, myself, Tsunami, Caden Anthony, the list goes on and on and on. You guys would still be fans in our audience watching a Vendetta Pro Wrestling show. And Tsunami, you know me better than anybody else when it comes to your little crew. And you wanted to get a little personal about my restraining orders, DUIs, etc. Yeah, I've had one restraining order. And 7 years ago, I was dating a girl. I loved her. She loved me. And, I mean, we talked all the time. And out of nowhere, her parents wanted her to not talk to me anymore, and she decided to go that route. That destroyed me. That killed me. Out of nowhere, she stopped talking to me. So, you know what? Whatever. I moved on. 6 months down the line, it was her birthday, and I felt it was only right to at least tell her happy birthday, so I emailed her that. A month after that, we got in a little Twitter argument, and next thing you know, I'm in court answering to a restraining order. They granted it. I had no contact, and within a year was gone. No big deal. On to the DUI. Many people know that I was dating a certain girl that happened to be a Vendetta Vixen of the Year in Vendetta Pro Wrestling. And we started dating December 2013. In December 2014, we stopped dating for about a month. However, we talked 3, 4, 5 hours a day, every single day. We told each other we loved each other, and we were still together, if you know what I mean. And we got in a little bit of argument December 2014, and it was a Saturday night. Remember that night really clear. And I decided to drive down to her house next morning and apologize to her in person. Knocked on the door, no answer. I text messaged her, let her know I was in town, to say to say I'm sorry. And she messaged me back and told me to F off. Go to F home. I'm like, why? Are you on a date or something? And she's like, yes, I am. So she was on a date. That stung. So she happened to have a bar across the street from her house. I went to the bar, got drunk, and I tried to sober up. For hours I tried to sober up. So I got in my car and started driving because I thought I was sober enough. When I got pulled over, I blew a .08 and got a DUI. You're one of the only few that knew that, Tsunami. But you wanted to make it public, so that's fine. That's what happened. Tsunami, I've known you since you were 15. You're now 30 years old. 30 years old, and you have never had a driver's license. Go figure, right? So, your career, you've had to depend on everybody else to drive you to where you need to go to be a pro wrestler. Me, Caden, I mean, you name it. Everybody's driven you to these shows that you were booked on over the years. So let's be honest with each other. If it wasn't for all of us, you wouldn't even have a career. You started with me at 15 years old. CWA. I mean, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have a career. On the Sledge. The Metalhead Maniac Sledge. But most people in the industry know you as the egotistical maniac Sledge. I've been doing this 17 years, and you have the biggest ego I've ever seen in this 17 years I've been doing this. But, you know, you're not a bad wrestler. You're good. Unfortunately, your ego gets in the way. And you know that. And my personal problem with you, Sledge, is we were friends at one point or another. And you decided to completely disrespect me, Vendetta Pro Wrestling, and everybody around that. I mean, let's talk about Vendettaversary VII 2 years ago. You got completely plastered and decided to go into a match with your former partner at that time, JD Horror, in a hardcore match. And you put his life in jeopardy, being that you were so drunk that you couldn't even perform. Then you decided to throw a ladder out of the ring. You came that far from hitting a little girl in the face. Then you quit on the microphone. Said your contract was up. Sledge, this is independent wrestling. You know you didn't have a contract. But whatever works. Then you apologized to everybody after the show. Oh, then you decided to try to fight me backstage when I confronted you about you quitting. Go figure. And then, as the weeks went by, I noticed you apologized to everybody, including the little girl's family, JD Horror, Hudson Envy, Tyler Bateman, etc. But you didn't apologize to me. And I'm the one that deserved an apology the most, because you could have made me lose my business. Because professional wrestling is my business, okay? I'm not a cable guy. I don't work for a moving company. I don't repair computers. I'm not trying to be a lawyer. I'm not working on a golf course. Professional wrestling is my passion. This is my career. This is what I do. This is how I make a living. And you could have cost me everything. All because of your stupidness. All because of your ego. All because you're a piece of I'm not going to cuss, but that's fine. But, you know, like I said, we were friends. And then, guess what? After that Vendettaversary VII, you were done with us. Fine. Months go by, months. Over a year goes by. Next thing you know, I find out through Facebook that you decided to start Cen-Cal Pro Wrestling. Why did Cen-Cal Pro Wrestling get started in the first place? Let me tell all the fans why it got started. The reason Cen-Cal Pro Wrestling got started is because Sledge had nowhere to wrestle on the Central Coast. Nowhere to wrestle. Because he burned his bridge with Vendetta Pro Wrestling, obviously. So he decided to start his own company so people can see him wrestle in Central California again. Now, if that's not ego, I don't know what is. Then, one of our biggest arguments when you wrestled for us was you thought you should be the top guy. You thought you were better than me, better than Tsunami, better than Caden, better than practically everybody in our company, and you thought you should be the #1 guy. And I asked you, I'm like, why? What am I supposed to do with JD Horror? He's your tag team partner. You didn't care what happened to JD Horror. All you worried about was yourself. And that's obvious. It's obvious to this day that all you care about is yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. But July 29th, it all comes down to Vendettaversary VII. Steel cage match. Me and you. JD Horror. Richie Slade. Tsunami. Caden Anthony. We're all locked in a cage. And we'll see what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen. It's going to be destruction. It's going to be destruction for Team Cen-Cal. I can do those little quotes, you know. You guys are in nothing. You guys are in for nothing but a bad time. Because when push comes to shove, me and Caden are the rock of love. And at the end of the night, me and Richie Slade, we're the midnight delight. But I don't need to say all that. All I need to say is finally, Sledge, Tsunami. Sorry, JD, but you too. I finally get to put my hands on you guys. And there's not a referee, there's not a commissioner, there's nobody that's going to get in the way of me teaching you guys the word respect. Caden Anthony and Richie Slade teaching you guys the word respect inside that steel cage. So, I'll see you guys there this Friday night. Don't pull a Discord and take yourself out of the match. So, Vendetta Pro Wrestling, Cen-Cal Pro Wrestling, I'll see you there.